In this video we will show how to use dilation, erosion and filling of connected regions. Let's load an isopod dataset. This is Woodlouse, and this is how it looks. Let's go to recasting. So it has loaded the volume. Let me tweak the transfer function here. Okay. So this is the data here. Now if you want to tag region, then you select the tag. You can either select from here, or you can just click in the tag editor, and you can see the values are changing here in this text box here. Okay, so let's select tag 1. So in order to tag the region, you can use shift and then left mouse button to tag the region. I'm just zooming it so that it's a bit faster. Also select near neighbor so that you don't get the partial volume effects because of interpolation. So you would be hitting the exact voxel rather than the interpolated one. Okay, so this is tagging, same as mock paint in Drishti. And if you want to remove the tag, basically set the tag to back to 0, then you can use shift and then right click to remove or set that region back to 0, or you can select tag 0 and then use shift and left mouse button this way. Okay, let's create a small region here. Now there are two regions here. I'll show you the effects of dilation now. So when you dilate, you press D, have the mouse over the region that you want to dilate, and then press D, and the amount of dilation is controlled by this extend. So let's just increase that, say 4. Now hover over the region that you want to extend or dilate or erode, and then press D, in this case dilation. So D, so it is dilating by this value 4. Now you might have observed that when I press D, it's only this part that got dilated and not this one. It's because it dilates the connected region, the region that is connected to the voxel that is under the mouse, which has either tag value 0 or tag value which we are using for dilation. Now it's the second region that will dilate, and when they connect with each other, then it will start dilating both the regions together. Now suppose we have another tag value. For example, let me just create a barrier. Say I have a barrier here. Okay, and I have a tag region here. Now if I dilate this, then this dilated region will not penetrate the non-zero tagged region, and when these two regions connect, then that that connected region will start dilating. That's when the connection has happened, and now both the regions will start dilating. That's when it happens. Okay, now how can we make use of this? Now for example, you want to tag this part here with a certain tag value, and you don't want that to affect the other regions. So what you can do is you can create a barrier. So let's create a barrier. Basically you create a barrier by tagging the joint by a different value, by a different tag value, and then you can dilate or fill it. What we'll do is we'll use the fill operation. Let me just put it here. Okay, so let me use a tag 10 to act as a barrier. So let me create the barrier. We can also paint it from the 2D interface. Okay, so here we have the connection. Let's just tag that. Basically what we want to do is we don't want the region filling to escape into, okay, I think this should do. So let's change the transfer function here to 1, and now let's fill it up. So this is where the barrier is. This is where the barrier is. I'm changing the transfer function so that we get a slightly eroded region. Okay, so now fill. Okay, it has filled here. We'll also want to extend it to this, slightly increase the transfer function, change the transfer function, fill. Okay, so we have done this. As you can see, this part is now tagged with 1. What we also want to do is we just want to dilate it. We just want to have a slightly dilated version of that. So in that case what we can do is, instead of filling, we can dilate it. So press D to dilate that. And same thing we can do for this one here. Again, create a barrier here, and then just hover your cursor over this region and then press F to fill. It will fill the connected region. The same thing that we did here, we pressed F to fill that region, and then we dilated that region. So we'll do it for this region here as well. So again, make your transfer function smaller, and we'll create a barrier. Sorry, make it bigger, and then we'll create a barrier. The recording time is almost up, so let me just stop here. I'll show you this in the next video.